Hi there. A very good morning and good afternoon to all of you, and good evening to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This is Simply Stocks, and I'm live in this live session with you all. Uh, and this is with regard to three of the stocks that I would like to talk to you about. Let more people join in, being a Thursday evening. I hope you people are not tired from your office works, etc. Most of you would be still doing work from home. But thanks a lot for joining in. I hope more people come in. Uh, so things are looking very hunky dory on the markets front. It looked like a small correction, as I mentioned last week, and the same took place. But first of all, I want to do some announcements and then get to the point about the three stocks that I talked to you about even 3 months back and 6 months back, and they have started performing. But before that, an announcement. So two things. One is YouTube membership is open, so kindly click on the join button and uh, join the membership. Always wanted, most of you wanted a YouTube sort of join button so that most of you can pay easily. Also, for the Patreon members who are not able to join in, what they can do is, and a couple of you can say Patreon members of mine have done this. If you have somebody abroad, say in US, Europe, Canada, or elsewhere, anywhere, Australia, New Zealand, and if you know him or her pretty well, then you can use their card in order to process the payment, because it is extremely difficult to see the payment being processed from India because of what Patreon is right now providing, which is auto debit feature. Probably 2 3 months down the line, government may relax the rules, and so it will be easier for you to probably pay. So if you want to be a member, and if you have somebody who's paying from, who can pay from abroad, and you can pay him, then uh, probably use that. And if you're able to do that, then my request would be, and I think my suggestion would be to take a 1 year membership, because that is more cheaper. Plus, you won't be hassled every month, or that person will not be hassled every month to pay uh, from abroad, etc. So that's one thing. Second thing is, for the YouTube members, the first live session will go on live tomorrow around 9 9:30, around this time. So some of the members, around 40 odd members, have joined in already, but that's just 0.1% of the total subscribers. So I would request, if you are not a member yet, kindly do go through the perks that I'm providing there, and hopefully you will be benefited in the long run. So take that membership. Uh, that is there of around 1200 rupees a month. Kindly take that, and hopefully you'll get a lot of benefit out of it. So that's about these. And those Patreon members who have been members for the last many months, but are not being able to pay, kindly email me again. Maybe we can see as to what has been the issue. So those members who have been with me for the last 5 6 8 10 or months or a year and are not able to pay, kindly email me again, and we'll see. New members, I would request to join in from the YouTube feature. That would be much better and easier for you to join in through the route of YouTube, and you can ask me queries there, and you'll get all the benefits of what YouTube members are getting, or of Patreon members are getting. All right. So that's about the announcements. Good evening to all. Good evening, Mr. Subramaniam. Good evening to Tanishq, Sayed Tariq. Salam alaikum. Ranjit, namaste. So Agam. So that's evening to all of you. So about the markets, they are doing well, but I still feel that the markets will be range bound between 18,000 to 17,000. There'll come a point where they will decline 4 5%, 6%, then markets will move up as well. A tremendous performance shown by Reliance, which has done well from 2020 200 levels. Tremendous performance shown by Asian Paints, Pidilite, and many other companies in the larger context. But what is amazing to see is what IRCTC has done. So I'll dedicate probably Sunday session towards IRCTC and what is going on there. But just to tell you in a nutshell, if you people are invested or trading into it, start booking profits on the shorter term time frame, say 1 month, 1.5 months. I see consolidation and decline in the stock. But in the longer run, I see a lot of value in the stock. It is around 75,000 crores. And DMart is around 2.6 lakh crores. So something like a Zomato is 1.1 lakh crore. If Paytm comes out, it would be around 1.5, 2 lakh crores. So it is a very profitable company, whereas Paytm, Zomato, etc. are not. DMart, being such a profitable company, has risen from 30,000 crores to 2.8 lakh crores. So we are looking at something of a DMartish type of a move happening here, but we have seen how DMart also had corrections so and consolidation. So somebody who's invested shorter term, somebody who has taken a time frame of 2 months, 3 months, and making a lot of money can take profits off. All right. Now the thing is, I want to talk to you about three companies that I talked with you a lot, and a lot with patron members, also with my clients as well. They have it in their portfolio. Uh, so let's go one by one. One is Titan. The kind of move it has shown today, around 8-9% in a day after the management commentary. I was expecting that to happen for the last 6 months. Now, since I always put up figures which are not quite up to the mark, I've done that many times when I talk about stocks on a shorter term. So I have gone through the charts of all three. So we'll discuss as to how the stock has moved over the last 6 months. So 6 months back, Titan was around 1450, 1460, and today Titan is around 2300. Now that is my point with you, and that is why the thumbnail that I have put up. The thing is, this is the, you can say, the reward of patience in a very good quality company. It might not perform 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months down the line, but then in the last month or probably the 6 month, you see the kind of move that Titan has produced from 17, 1800 all the way to 2300. So somebody buying it at that point of time when I was calling for it at 1450, 1500 would have made a lot of money. Similarly, a move that has really pleased me, because a lot of patron members and a lot of YouTube, you can say, watchers of my channel used to ask me about the degrowth that Maruti is showing, the kind of, you can say, market share losses that Maruti has had, and this and that. And my only answer to them was, in 2 years' time or less than 2 years' time, you will see the stock beyond 10,000. Uh, we are seeing the move again. Maybe the stock will again fall back to 7,000, 6,800, or it is headed towards 8,000, 8,300. I don't know. But I still believe it is extremely undervalued. Things will be positive for them. See, most of the people, and tell me if I'm wrong, most of the people who are in the market for the last 2 years uh, are, I'm sorry to say, over analyzing the market. And over the last decade, what I have learned is uh, making money through investment is not that difficult. Making money by buying into good quality companies and just holding on to them is more easier than making money on a 2 month, 3 months basis, or over analyzing the stock and selling over even on a long term basis after 2 years, where you should have held on to the stock for 5 6 years and you would have made a lot of money. On a similar note, that's what I want to say, that such stocks like Titan, Bata, Asian Paints, Pidilite, or Maruti, they don't fall astray for years. Yes, stocks which are into power, infrastructure, capital goods, real estate may have their swanson for a year or two and then just go away for 3 4 years and then come back. But consumer centric stocks like Titan, like Maruti, etc., or Pidilite, Asian Paints, they don't go away in a hurry. So buy the best in the business and hold on to these companies and you'll make a lot of money. This line of mine will always be there, even in a bear market or in a bull market. So what has happened in Titan was pretty evident 6 months back, was even more evident 1.5 years back. And rather than over analyzing numbers or over analyzing the market itself, what you need to do is, whenever you get huge opportunities, just grab onto these stocks, hold on to them, and you will make money. We don't know when, but the money will be made. So Titan and this Maruti I have talked about. The third stock is Motherson Sumi. You've seen the move that happened in Motherson Sumi, and what that tells you. I have always talked about buying the best in the business, buying a Maruti in four-wheeler, buying an Eicher in two-wheeler, buying a Motherson Sumi in auto ancillary. Why? Because whenever a move is triggered into any kind of sector, any kind of subsector, say auto as a huge sector, and then auto ancillary or four-wheeler, two-wheelers, then the largest of those stocks or the largest of those companies or the best of those companies move first, irrespective of how they have performed in the past in terms of numbers or stock performance. So you need to take that into account. And the point is the point is, you have seen, so this is just the beginning of a huge up move that I have talked about will happen from 2022 March. Yes, the stock will fall again. On a shorter term basis, this is how stocks make basis. So stocks in the auto space may go up for a while, 4 days, 6 days, 7 days, and may come back, but will not come back to the same levels as earlier. And that will tell you that a double bottom is being made and the stock will go higher. So something like a Motherson Sumi went as low as 195 in the last 6 months, I think around 195, 192. Now it is at 235, 236. And I will not be surprised if in a year's time you'll see the stock beyond 300, 320. Similarly, with Maruti, 10,000 is not beyond it in the next 18 months or so, and may go just past it. There are many other auto ancillaries, Endurance Tech, I have talked about, GNA Excel, I have talked about many auto companies, Hero Motocorp, Bajaj Auto, everything will come together. The point is, do you have the patience and the money to hold and buy big, basically? So money to buy big and patience to hold over 2 3 years. All sectors will make you money. It's not that you need to be cute and buy something like a Tata Power at 120 or 100 and then only you'll make money. Thing is, the Indian market, the Indian economy, and unfortunately, what is happening is that the poor is becoming poorer, the rich is becoming richer, and you need to understand that most of the businesses, most of the established businesses, or you can say the organized space, is making a lot of money, and people are shifting towards organized space, people are shifting towards brands, and there are a lot of people who have not shifted towards brand. So this shift will just continue and will accelerate in this decade. I have always talked about long term, and when I talk about long term investment, I talk about 3 years plus. Shorter term, we can see declines in these stocks, but these companies will make you a lot of wealth. I've kept on saying that, I'll keep on saying it. Even though I keep on bringing up small cap companies, mid cap companies, be it a Laopala, be it a Sai Glass, be it some other company in that space, uh, and anything, I bring up diagnostic companies, etc. But it is more fruitful to buy the best in the business when the business is in distress. So, for example, a Titan was, I think, 1200, 1300, or even lower 1.5 years back. A Maruti in 2 years ago, 1.5, 2 years ago, was 4400, 4500. This time around, it made a low of 6300. So, the thing is, these stocks give you opportunities. People don't buy them because they think that, okay, whenever the turnaround happens, we'll buy. The stocks will move to new highs before the turnaround happens. That is the point. So where lies the biggest move in the next 6 months? I think it will be autos. We should be looking at auto ancillary over the next 2 3 years doing extremely well. Real estate has already moved. Otherwise, I would have said real estate, but most of the companies have moved. Shivram, thanks for your contribution. Krishna Medical, very good company, very decent company. Valuation slightly stretched, so you can buy some now, some on declines. That's my call. So basically, what these moves in something like a Titan, something like Motherson Sumi, what that teaches you is that and teaches us is that you have to look for opportunities in the largest of the or the best of the companies in the sector and grab them and hold on to them tight. So I've kept on saying about Bata. If you remember in the last few sessions, even earlier, I still believe no matter what people say about Relaxo, Mirza International, etc., once schools open up, and it's not a long way to go, even Bata is going to perform big time. I know it has already moved up 50 60% from the lows, but this is something to look forward to in the next year and a half. I'm not saying you buy Bata tomorrow or something like that, but wait for opportunities. There will always be 5 to 7% decline in the market and the stock falling 10 12%. That is the time to jump into the stock. All right. So, yes, and if you want more insights, if you want direct answers to your queries within an hour or less than or probably in few minutes time, maximum an hour, become a member on Patreon through a foreign credit card. Become a member on YouTube with a UPI transaction or through Google Pay as well, apart from cards. So you can choose anything, and I'll be there always answering your queries. Uh, so welcome aboard if you join in, and you'll get short-term long-term calls there, and everything will be provided. If you check the details in the membership section, you'll come to know as to what all perks you get. You'll get around 6 perks apart from batches, etc., that you'll be having. All right, so I'm ready to answer your queries. Kindly use the super chat, super sticker feature that will help me grow the channel. That help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. Dixon is headed to 5,800, 6,000. I don't know when, probably in 3 months' time, the way it is moving. The best time to buy it was, and I've kept on saying around 4,000, 4,200 was the best time to buy into Dixon. Uh, so Sequent Scientific looks very interesting at the current levels. If you can slightly take a risk, you can buy here. I see 170, 180 post results, but you never know if the results are slightly better. The stock may not fall. So Sequent is a buy at these levels. Over 2 years, I see more than 400 on the stock. I'm pretty confident that the stock would be closer to 400 or beyond it by Diwali 2023. Polycab looks good, but even better levels would be around 2,200, 2,100 to buy. It has moved up. So again, wait for market declines to buy. See, you need to understand that I don't know long term or short term. Long term, it looks extremely good, Polycab. Okay. Bajaj Consumer, I would say an avoid. Yes, this is a stock that is undervalued. I understand, but at the moment, people are giving high price or giving a lot of PE to those companies which are producing 30 40% growth. Look at those companies at the moment. There are many which are doing in that manner. I won't say you buy HDFC AMC. I think look at HDFC Life, look at the bank, etc. Much better chances of making money in the other HDFCs. I'm not following MCX that much, Tarun, so won't be able to answer that. So kindly shoot me a message probably, and I'll answer that by looking at charts, etc. Okay. Tata Consumer looks very good. It's consolidating. It's not moving in ten. It's not moving in a way that it was earlier. What you need to do is if you get opportunities to buy at 780 to 800, just keep on accumulating it. Again, Tata Consumer is another one of the stock in which now patience will reward you, because the first move has already taken place, in which the stock has become from around 30 40,000 crore all the way to 80,000 crore. Now the thing is, it can consolidate. There's a bigger chance that the stock may consolidate. So yes, buy very good company, but you need time to make money in it. Okay, what else? Aegis Logistic is also good, but I would prefer buying into pure consumer companies or consumer centric companies. I would say avoid the pharma sector for the time being. On major declines, yes, Biocon is a buy, Biocon is a hold. There's Syngene, there's Dr. Reddy's, Divi's, but again, I have a feeling that there is a risk on attitude. So other sectors which are more infrastructure, real estate related or consumer related may continue to perform. Okay. I think in fact reality shares may continue to perform for the next 1 year. That is not to say that you buy immediately. Wait for some sort of a decline consolidation and coming to moving averages and you buy. And I again say the biggest infrastructure real estate play is just in front of you, and they are two, Asian Paints and Pidilite. And you see the kind of beautiful chart structure they are making, the way they are performing in terms of a stock, and you'll understand why I say that. MGL is good. MGL is a pretty good stock to buy at current levels. But you can see 20-22% upside in the next 1 year on the stock. All right. Thanks a lot, Agam, for your contribution. I don't know much about Glenmark Life Sciences, so won't be able to comment. Instead of Godrej Acrobat, I see Godrej Consumer Products at reasonable levels now, around 1,980, 1,020. I think these are very good levels to accumulate the stock and just hold. PI Industries now looks slightly stretched. Any declines to 3,000, 2,900 would be good levels to buy something like a PI. Right. Tanla, I would say an avoid the way it has moved and now the valuations. I won't say that you buy into Tanla now. Not knowing much about Sham and metallics, etc., so cannot be able to comment. Ranjit, thanks for your contribution. Suprajit Engineering, let me have a look and I'll let you know. Another company that I really like into the Excel space, into a space in which they look at larger, you can say, vehicles, commercial vehicles they work for. So stock is around 340, 341. Well, if you buy here, it needs to cross 360 first. But if it crosses 360, then we are looking at 440 on the stock. If you get opportunity to buy, probably buy it around 320ish or so. 320 to 330, I think 325 would be very good level. 300 is a huge support, and in declines towards 325 is a very good buying opportunity on Suprajit. I think in a 6 months time it is headed towards 440 or so. Book profits on Narrowleg, I think shift towards Asian Paints. It looks like it is headed much higher, like Asian Paints. Berger is also good, but valuation wise, somehow I believe Asian Paints will produce better numbers as things open up even further and people paint their houses, etc. I think Asian Paints look even better around 3,000, 3,100 would be good levels to get into it. Okay. Apollo Tricot is also a very good company that you can hold probably from a longer term point of view. On a shorter term point of view, there could be a 10 to 15% decline. All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot for being live this evening and being with me. And would be live on Sunday afternoon, and we'll talk about newer topics. Thank you, and kindly do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Join me on Patreon. If you can't, join me on YouTube, and hopefully we'll have a very good combination going together. Thank you.